Last night, another star goes down. Two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo suffering what the Bucks are calling right now a hyperextended left knee last night. With just over 7 minutes left in the third quarter, Giannis jumped up to contest an alley-oop and then landed awkwardly on his left leg, causing his knee to buckle. Without their star player, the Bucks were routed 110-88 as the Atlanta Hawks tied up the series 2-2.
He's in the locker room with the guys and just addressed the group and, but nothing, above and beyond or, we'll see how he is tomorrow.
It's not great, but it's an opportunity for somebody else and everybody else to step up. It's the Eastern Conference Finals. There's no excuses. It doesn't matter whoever's playing, who's not playing. They got guys out. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's banged up. Everybody has injuries. You got to fight through it and win.
It's really unfortunate. Giannis is going to undergo imaging today to determine the extent of his injury, but there is a good chance he could miss Game 5. So, Monica, which Buck is going to have to step up in Giannis's absence, should that be the case?
Charlie, well, the honest answer is the entire unit has to step up. Anytime you lose a star, it is a replacement by collective. But I'm looking in particular at Jrue Holiday and Lopez for me. When you look at the way things will shift, it now becomes Holiday as a playmaker and a scorer, and of course, Khris Middleton. To me, because the defense of the Hawks will no longer have to account for the way that Giannis feels the paint, and prior to his injury last night, we saw the way that they were forming that wall and protecting the paint. You're now going to need some of your role players to be in position to knock down shots when Middleton creates, when Holiday attacks. And so to me, that's Brook, Lopez. We could go down the list, really. That also includes Connaughton, that includes Tucker, guys that are willing to hit shots when the defense can now adjust to send more than one body to either Holiday or to Middleton. And so this is going to be an interesting test for this Bucks squad. We have a interesting example that we just saw in terms of what the Hawks were able to do without Trae Young. I know I'm following the score on my phone. I had a flight last night. Get off the flight. And I'm like, wait a minute. The Hawks beat the Bucks without Trae Young?
No one was expecting that.
No one was expecting that. And so the idea that you still don't have a roster filled with NBA professionals, that's very dismissive of how talented these guys are. However, Giannis is a two-time MVP. He obviously is the head of the snake when it comes to this Bucks squad. They are a much better team with him than without him. But can they get a win? And hopefully he can get back on the floor. I do believe so.
Okay, and Kendrick now here with us. So, Kendrick, what do you think?
You know what? I just can't believe Monica is taking it so lightly to start the morning off and not addressing the issue like my saying. The numbers on the house. Here it is. Khris Middleton is getting paid. He has signed a contract for 5 years, $177 million, okay? Jrue Holiday signed the extension for 5 years, $160. Those guys are getting paid the big bucks. Last time I checked, the Bucks had a big three, and it was Giannis, Khris Middleton, and Jrue Holiday. So that now that Giannis is out, I expect Khris Middleton to elevate his game. I expect him to have consistency. I expect him to go out there and average 30. I witnessed it last year against the Miami Heat down in the bubble when Giannis was injured. Khris Middleton rose to the occasion. Jrue Holiday, they traded Eric Bledsoe for you. You're the common denominator. They gave you a contract extension. You were told this is the guy that's supposed to move the needle. Now that Giannis is hurt, I'm putting all the ownership on those two guys to elevate their game and get them past this Atlanta Hawks team, especially with an injured Trae Young.
Good morning, Perk. Who are you yelling at first thing in the morning? You yelling at me or you yelling about the situation?
First of all, I tried to talk to you earlier, but you couldn't hear me or you was ignoring me before the show started. Nah, don't get sassy this morning, okay?
All right, listen. We agree in that they are the big three. Middleton and Holiday are obviously the other two healthy players, that make up that big three. But Perk, my thing is, if we trust that those guys are going to do what they're supposed to do, like you always say, it now becomes that much more important that the others are able to show up because the defensive attention that Giannis garners can now be shifted to Middleton or Holiday, who do not have the overwhelming physical presence. So all I'm saying is when Middleton steps up, when Holiday steps up, the others have to be prepared to step up as well, whether that's on the glass, whether that's the defensive effort, and particularly on the offensive end, because they have to be legitimate scoring threats in order to create those lanes. Because those two, the other two of the big three, are not as overwhelming in the paint. That's all I'm saying.
No, I agree with you. Look, and we have to realize that Brook Lopez is a guy that you could still go to on the low block. He's a guy that's capable of having 25 and 13 points in the game. He's still that good. But when I look at Khris Middleton and I look at Jrue Holiday without Giannis, now all of a sudden some ownership has to go on Mike Budenholzer. He has to redraw up his playbook. He has to put those guys in position to be successful. He has to come to the table like Ty Lue did to Paul George. He had a meeting with Paul George and he said, you know what? When I go to the steakhouse, I don't want to just eat salad and appetizers. I want the filet. I want the corn cream brulee, whatever it's called. I want the sauteed spinach. I want the whole meal. So with that being said, at the end of the day, Monica, look, Khris Middleton and Jrue Holiday, they're getting paid the big bucks. And when you get paid the big bucks, you got to deliver in great fashion.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.